The passing of George Thomas Seaver, sir. What a beautiful photograph you put of your dad interviewing, him and Muhammad Ali, or him and Namath together, or something like that.
Yeah, it's him and Namath on, I think, the first edition of the Joe Namath show in '69.
So go for it on the Seaver front. Your memory of him, the first time you met him, or your dad's relationship with him.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, so I was born August 23rd, 1969. Obviously, they won the World Series about 7 weeks later. And Seaver was the biggest sports star maybe in the country at that time after the incredible season that he'd had. And then that off season, he and my father wrote a book together. And they'd already known each other, I think for a couple of years. He was a rookie in '67. And they wrote a book together, which was Seaver's memoir at the age of 25, The Perfect Game. And it centered around Game 4 of the World Series. But I grew up, my dad was very close to Seaver. We lived in the same community in Connecticut for a few years. I mean, it's one of those memories, like, could you really have a memory because you're so young, but you're told it so often that it feels real? But when I was like 2 or 3, my dad came home with a couple of cats from a litter, Himalayan cats, and we kept one, and my father named ours Gandhi, after Gandhi.
Yes.
Himalayan, vaguely Indian.
Of course.
Well, not vaguely, but, and Tom took the other cat, the Seavers took the other cat, and they named theirs Ferguson, because he had just lost the Cy Young Award in 1972 to Ferguson Jenkins. And so, I didn't see much of Tom after that growing up. So, I once in a while, but, I always felt this connection because our cats were brothers. And I think it's one of those, I kind of have some memory of him missing a spring training start because the cat got loose in Florida, and he spent days looking for it. But, when my dad died 20 years ago, these are the things that stick with you, Rich.
20 years.
And you've experienced this recently, the things people tell you when your dad dies.
Right.
And, Tom wrote me this beautiful letter, and it just meant so much to me, handwritten note. And, he's, me and you were born the same time in New York in that era. You couldn't be a bigger star than Tom Seaver. And so many of my childhood memories in my sports fandom are just wrapped up in who he was and what he represented, the greatness and the professionalism. And I remember when I heard the news 5 years ago that he was seriously sick.
Right.
It was just crushing.